go. What up, YouTube? It's your boy DTLF. Welcome to live stream, guys. The Lakers catch another L. This time to Ricky Rubio and his man bun, and the Utah Jazz. Man, it's crazy. They pretty much own us every time we go to Utah. I know we're undermanned. I get it. I know we competed, so got to give them props for that. However, only two guys really showed up offensively for us, and that was Kyle Kuzma and KCP, who both dropped 26 points. Could have easily been more for Kuzma had he hit his free throws tonight. But the free throw play continues to bite us, man. Basically, same story, different night. Free throws, turnovers, bad execution in the half court. So it's tough, but hey, I'm starting to get numb to this losing now with all these losses, man. To be honest with you guys, it's like it gets to that point where it hurts, but you're just already used to it. Like, wow, okay, so we lost another one, you know? But these are very winnable games. If we don't have that stupendously horrible third quarter, we probably have a good shot down the stretch. But once again, that third quarter kills us, man. We come out, we lay an egg. We stink on pick and roll defense. Ricky Rubio did whatever he wanted. I don't know why, man. These players like Ricky Rubio drive me nuts, man. They're not even that good. And then they circle their calendar coming when the Lakers come to town. You know, they try to have a huge game and just they have their way. And it's not like we have bad defenders. We have good defenders, not in the paint, but in the perimeter. We got Josh Hart. You know, we had some pretty good defense in there tonight. Josh Hart was sensational on the defensive end. But what happens is high screen and rolls, man. High screen and rolls, bad communication. Our bigs just aren't quick enough to switch those screens, especially Brook Lopez, and they get caught. Next thing you know, these point guards are just getting in the paint doing whatever they want. So, this is a tough games, tough pills to swallow. But thank God the season's almost coming to a close. I mean, don't get me wrong. I miss the Lakers in the offseason, but I'm really tired of losing basketball, guys. But let's take this in stride. At least Kuzma had a good game. At least KCP had a good game, and the good news for the night, guys, and hopefully this cheers you up, is that the Oklahoma City Thunder lost tonight, which brings them to one game out of the playoffs. If they lose one more game, they'll be out of the playoffs. Not officially, but I mean, assuming Denver keeps winning, right? So, or is it like a game and a half or something like that? But bottom line is they have now dropped down to the 6th seed, and hopefully they keep losing because that way they won't make the playoffs. So that is the good news. And that's about it, man. Pretty much nothing else to talk about other than the fact that we stink at communicating off of high screen and rolls and knowing when to switch out to perimeter and when to, just this communication. And our half-court offense stinks as well. We seriously got to do a better job of executing the half-court. Julius tonight wasn't that effective offensively, but thankfully he was good at playmaking. He almost had a triple-double. However, he got sloppy at times, and he had like 5 turnovers, so I'm going to give him a pass because he almost had a triple-double, though, but it's tough. KCP had 26. Yeah, he played pretty good. KCP, he shows up whenever he wants, man. KCP is just he's just like that unreliable friend that basically he shows up to the party whenever he pleases. You know, you never know if you're going to count on him or not. So that's KCP for you. Dan Luke is driving me insane. Fire him. Oh, man. We're beating the same dead horse, man. I refuse to go into those conversations again. We talked about it probably for the last 5 to 7 games. Let's talk about something different. Let's talk about the playoffs and the seeding. The West is really stacked right now. To tell you, there's a couple of teams that are tied for that 7th, 8th, and 6th seed. So it could end up anyway. And Denver's right there too. Denver's one game back of those 3 teams. So anything can happen, man. I can't wait to see what's going to happen and who makes the playoffs and who misses it. Kuzma is going to be special. Yeah, man, he scores with so much ease. He has every move in the book: turnaround jump shot, the hook shot, the Euro step. He does it all. But at times, I would just like him to be a little more under control because sometimes he gets out of control. But that's okay. Just a rookie. Love Kuz. Love what he's doing. Julius too. Julius is a beast. This is his first game where I think he didn't reach anywhere above 15 points. We could have really used his offensive scoring production in this game, but unfortunately, the size and length of Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors really bothers people inside. So, I mean, don't get it twisted. The Jazz, they're pretty dang good. Whoever faces the Jazz is going to have some trouble. Everybody other than Ricky Rubio, who is he's having a career year, but he's really not that guy. Come playoff time, he's going to disappear. So, everybody else, I mean, Donovan Mitchell's a special player. Him and Kuz went toe-to-toe tonight. Rudy Gobert, great defender. I even like Dante Exum off the bench, Joe Ingles. I mean, it was just as advertised. Everything that we thought was going to happen tonight did. But that third quarter, we got to do a better job of just, I don't know, executing in the second half. We played a good first half, and second quarter, we dropped an egg, man. It wasn't even Easter, so. Yo, what up, brother? Hey, what's up, LA? How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. The Jazz have an amazing team. They're fun to watch, man. The West, from the Rockets to the Thunder to the Utah Jazz to the Warriors. I mean, it's just gonna be fun to watch the West. The Spurs are starting to play good basketball, even without Kawhi. Who am I missing? I mean, the West is tough. The Pelicans with Anthony Davis, he's been balling out. So crazy. Magic's biggest mistake was not getting a backup point guard. Were there too many options? I don't know. Maybe. Mitchell reminds me of Damian Lillard. Mitchell's a beast, man. Mitchell is absolutely a beast. And, he's Damian-like. He's also Baron Davis-like when Baron was in his prime with the New Orleans Hornets. Or was it the Charlotte Hornets at the time? Dan, what do you think of having LeBron and Paul George on the Lakers? Make it happen. Sign me up. Anytime you put two star players together with a young core that's this good, sign me up. Mitchell reminds me of James Harden. He's a lot more explosive than James Harden, and he's quicker than James Harden too, but I know what you mean. He's crafty. Dan, to be honest, I would keep Lopez. I have faith in him. He'll look good next year, and also leave. If he leaves, where is he going? Nowhere. I don't see the rumors of him, and also keep it for free throws. Get PG. We'll see, Arthur, because sometimes I'm feeling Lopez, and sometimes I'm not. Defensively, he's really bad. Like, he gets dunked on all the time. He doesn't even jump twice. He jumps one time during a defensive play, and guys, if they jump twice or three times, they're going to outboard him and out-hustle him, and I just don't appreciate that. But like I said, if we miss in free agency, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Other than that, I don't make him a priority at all. Dan, I don't know why the announcers talk like we have a chance to come back when we obviously don't. I mean, you always have a chance in NBA games. As long as you're hanging around, anybody could get hot. Unfortunately, we are depleted, and we're missing three key guys, and Lonzo, Ingram, and Isaiah. So pretty much, we're running out of gas. We're at that point of the season where injuries have really depleted us. Guys are playing high minutes. They're basically mailing it in. You could tell the effort wasn't there tonight. We played in spurts. I thought the person that played with the most effort tonight was Josh Hart. He's sensational. He plays D. He runs in transition. He plays hard, man, 100% of the time. So I really like him and his potential as well. So doesn't matter how tall you are, Randall will push you out of the way. Randall's a beast. However, he does struggle a lot more when he's playing a legit 7-foot rim protector like Rudy Gobert. So as you saw tonight, he struggled to score, but that's okay because I appreciated the fact that he tried to become a playmaker. And in the first half, it was working. He ended up with almost a triple-double because of it. Let me look at his exact stat line. I'll tell you right now. His stat line was, let's see, Julius Randle, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. So he was 1 assist away from a triple-double. So I got to give him a pass on that. The thing that killed us, and looking at the matchups here, the thing that really, really, really killed us was the free throws. Again, tonight we shot 22 of 33, so we missed 11 free throws. That is a recipe for disaster, man. Again, we lost by 8 points. So let's say we would have made 8 of those 11 that we missed, and let's say we missed 3 free throws or something like that. It sounds unreasonable because we're dead last in the NBA, but in reality, teams that shoot good free throws are the ones that close out close games, man. And so it's tough, man. It's tough, but I think we're going to win at least a couple more, especially if we get Lonzo and Ingram back. I think we'll win at least 2 or 3 more, but we have to play a lot better and a lot harder. And this actually played all right tonight. At times he forced it too much, but we needed some offense from somewhere. So I actually didn't mind his play tonight, believe it or not. Randall is better all around, complete player. Dan, ESPN predicted we will win 33 games, and it looks like we're going to stay at 33. Nah, I can see us winning at least 2 to 3 more. But again, it's just what it is that we've been injured all season long. It's been the same thing, man. We get one guy, we lose 2. We got Josh Hart back, and we lose Brandon Ingram and Lonzo in the same game, I think, too, or one game later. I don't know. Randall is good, but I hate when he makes his boneheaded plays. He over dribbles too much in traffic. That's when he's in trouble. When he's going downhill, it's okay. But when he's like dribbling and trying to get all spectacular, I mean, sometimes it comes out, but most of the time, 75% of the time, he's going to turn the ball over. So I suggest he tries to get it to a guard and play his role unless he sees the lane and just wants to attack. But Dan, where's the podcast at, homie? Oh man, I haven't had time to do it, man. But like I said, this summer I got you guys. No podcast this year. Dan, what do you think about Kawhi for Hassan trade? I wouldn't do it. I like what Julius brings to the table. I think he's more versatile offensively. Defensively, he can guard more positions. Whiteside is just a beast in the paint. He will terrorize some players from coming inside. However, I wouldn't do that, man. What up, Dan? What do you think of Shabazz Napier as a backup point guard next year? I like Shabazz. I also like I really like what Dante Exum was doing tonight for the Jazz. Maybe a player like that even. Anything is better than Tyler Ennis, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I would like Shabazz. He's not bad. I predict Jello will get a shot with the Lakers, but they won't draft him. We'll see. We will see. It's going to be interesting. Give me a second, guys. Let me plug in the computer before it runs out of battery. Thomas Bryant on the floor, please, Luke. Thomas Bryant is playing in the G League, and he's tearing it up. They actually are in the semifinals. So, shout out to Thomas Bryant. I think he put up like 19 points and like 10 rebounds or something like that, but he's doing good over there. Then it's clear the Lakers have 4 good prospects and a makeshift bench. After the starters get tired, the other team puts us away. We actually have, let's see, Kuzma, Ingram, Randall, Josh Hart, and Brandon Ingram. So we have 5 good prospects, right? Am I right? Did I Kuzma, Randall, Ingram, Josh Hart, and Alonzo? Yeah, we have 5 good prospects, bro. But yeah, I agree with you. We do need a superstar. I will say that, BMG, but it could already be on the team. We just got to give him time. Did Gary Payton II play tonight? Nope. Dan, sometimes it seems as if we are so close to being great and yet so far. Strange, right? Because that's what it is when you're missing a piece of the puzzle. All right, you just feel incomplete, like something's missing, right? As soon as we get that piece, you're going to see us blast off, If we trade Randall, it better not be to a Western Conference team or he'll destroy us every time, guaranteed. I agree, Mike. And we shouldn't trade Randall. I promise you, he's really, really good. I mean, even tonight, even though his offense wasn't going tonight, he did some good playmaking. He was, killing it on the glass. So you just got to look at the other things. You can't look at just the scoring. And by the way, tonight was the first night he's been under 15 points since probably since January. Dan, do you think PG is purposely being inconsistent for OKC so that they will think twice before pursuing him to resign? Nah, nobody plays inconsistent on purpose, unless you really don't want to be with the team. But nah, I think he's just struggling, man. It's hard to play with somebody like Russ. Russ has the ball in his hands all the time. PG's an ISO guy, He's somebody that's used to having the ball in his hands when the game's on the line. He's somebody that we need this season, right? Somebody that can play make, he can shoot. He can take you off the dribble. He can do a little bit of everything. So PG's really good. It's just that he doesn't fit in with the current team. Now, however, if you plug him into this team with Lonzo, so who's looking for you, with Ingram, who can also play make, with a guy like Julius, who's going to demand a double team, and trust me, he's going to get plenty of shots. The refs are killing us. Man, the refs have been atrocious, not just for the Lakers, like I said, for the whole NBA this season. I mean, you've seen superstars complain like crazy this year. So the refs have been pretty bad, bro. All around. Dan, do you think Lonzo is soft when it comes to injuries? No, I don't think it's up to Lonzo. I think at the end of the day, it's the training staff that keeps him out of games. They're just being precautious, man. I mean, you've seen the crazy injuries that happen around the league. You can never be too cautious, especially when the season's out of reach. You can't reach the playoffs anymore, so there's no point of throwing them in the fire anymore. Dan, just have a feeling that next season this young Lakers team will be fantastic to watch. And you know what? They were fantastic to watch already this season. I mean, everybody's raving and ranting about Donovan Mitchell, but Kuzma has had just as good of a season. As the only difference is he's come off the bench for the most part of it. But you see what he does when he starts. He'd be dropping 27-point games, 30-point games. So, he can average a double-double if he was starting. So all I'm saying is this draft I think we won the draft by default. And I know some people say, oh, we should have drafted Donovan Mitchell over Lonzo. No, Lonzo brings a different type of value to the team. We already have enough scorers. Kuzma is just as good of a scorer as Donovan Mitchell. All right? It's plain and simple. It's just Kuzma hasn't had the same opportunities this year with us. But he has all the moves. He can get to the rim. He has the Euro step. He has the hook shot and probably even more moves than Donovan. Yeah, Donovan's a little bit more explosive, but who cares? It's about effectiveness. And Kuzma is an effective player. He's already ready since rookie season to take over the league right away, averaging 16 points a game. He's second in scoring. And again, most games he's come off the bench. So that tells you something. He's really special. Also, Josh Hart, another steal. This guy has a lot of potential. Some people say Derek Fisher. I believe he has his ceiling. The sky is the limit for this kid. Who knows? Villanova product. They just won the championship, so shout out to them. But bottom line, his upper body strength, the way he attacks the rim is really good as well. And he can shoot as well when he's open. Not off the dribble yet, although mid-range he showed a nice little move today off the dribble. But all in all, our draft was probably the best out of anybody's in the NBA because we got Kuzma and Josh Hart as steals. And we already knew what we were getting with Lonzo. For me, he is exactly what I thought he would be. So maybe a little disappointing in the shooting, but other than that, everything else, he fell right to where I thought he was going to impact the team. Also, we haven't seen Thomas Bryant, and we already won this draft. So I can't wait to see what we can do next draft, even though we don't have a lottery pick. It's going to be interesting. DTLF, as a Lakers fan, after 5 years, we still keep holding it down for our team. Our team will come soon. Always, buddy. I feel you. We always hold it down for the Lakers, even if it was 10 seasons without playoffs. God forbid it. But, we always hold it down, man. It's a pride and a joy to root for this team through thick and thin, no matter what. Maybe not championship, but he will elevate us to the Western Conference Finals at least. Tyler Ennis did good tonight. Yeah, he played pretty solid. He was solid. Dan, I didn't know Rubio had a jumper because years back he couldn't hit the side of a barn. And that should give everybody hope that Lonzo's going to improve next season because anybody can improve a jump shot. You can't improve size, length, athleticism, but a jumper you can improve. Next year's going to be lit. Yes, sir. I can't wait till the summer. I'm going to start celebrating since the summer, since draft, once the Lakers are involved, that's when I get involved. So I got you guys all summer long. Dan, do you think Lonzo will ever improve his handles? We need a Damian Lillard or a Harden-type point guard in order to break their defense because Lonzo does great passes, but he rarely breaks their defense. You know what? I like his handles. His handles are good. You could look at mixes from Lonzo. You can see he has pretty elite handles. However, he doesn't show it as often because of his conditioning. When he settles for threes, anybody who plays in the park or has played any level of basketball knows that settling for threes means your legs are tired and you're just going to take the easiest shot, which is a 30-foot shot, from far away. So pretty much Lonzo is a really good point guard. I don't think you've even begun to realize how good he is. Once his offensive game comes along, then everybody's going to open their eyes because there's a lot of fans that only look at the one side of the basketball. Defensively, he's elite. Rebounding, elite. Passing, elite. All he needs to bring up to the elite level is his scoring. But right now, he's average at scoring, which is not bad. I'll take average. Ricky Rubio was atrocious at scoring. He was borderline Moutier at scoring, so that tells you. Dan, is Dante Exum a bust? No. Dante Exum has just been very injured. I believe he's a free agent. I'd throw him a contract, a one-year deal, just to see what he could do. Lillard is only offense. Well, I mean, yeah, but he's superstar offense. He's explosive, and he's a formidable defender. It's not like he's all offense, only offense. I go back to Gail Goodrich, Cassie Russell era, and I feel that the Lakers are playoff bound next year. I think they only need PG to get over the hump. I want to see Thomas Bryant for the next year. Yeah, I could agree with that. Dan, can Lonzo be the best player in the NBA one day? Can he? I don't see why not. It's up to him. It's not about can he. Any player in the NBA that has the talent that he has can be the best, if not one of the best. But can he put in the work? Can he, stay overtime in the practice or in gym, and just put in the work? Can he work out his body? Can he stay disciplined and better his eating habits? All that matters, man. Can he? Of course he can. He has all the potential in the world. All the potential in the world. Dan, should Magic look for a superstar that could lead the Lakers in the hunt for the playoffs or for the championship? Yeah, he could. Magic has that ability. He's a salesman, so he's going to get out there and sell this summer. Dan, do you think that Magic will chance Lonzo, Josh, and Kuz in the summer league? Do you think the summer league is necessary for them? I think it's going to depend on how they feel. If they want to tune themselves up, in the summer and build even more chemistry, sure, why not? But it's up to them. NBA can't afford to have the Lakers out of the playoffs. Lakers will bounce back. Yes, sir. I'm confident Lonzo will work on his free throws and perimeter game this offseason. If he improves, the sky's the limit. 100%, Mike. I agree, bro. Anyone still want D'Angelo? He had a healthy 7 points. He's still young, man. I'm not going to knock the kid. You know what? Like I said, give him 3 to 4 years before you start seeing what he is. He's still on year, what is this, 3? Actually, this is his 4th year, isn't it? Okay. Well, I guess we can start talking about D'Angelo's potential after this season. But even then, there's some late bloomers. A lot of people forget about Chauncey Billups. Chauncey was a journeyman up until he landed in Detroit. So anything's possible, man. The lackadaisical excuse of a PG is gone, and I'm glad. D'Lo had nothing. That's harsh, man. He was a good offensive threat. He has good footwork. He can shoot, and he can make here and there. But I understand he's not the most athletic guy. He's not the quickest or most eye-popping, talented guy. But he can still play. Let's not be too hard on him. He's not trash or a bust. I still wish we would have drafted Karl Anthony Towns in that draft, though. But everything happens for a reason. Maybe if we had Karl Towns, we wouldn't have had Kuzma or Brandon. So I'm happy overall. Dan, what has happened to Emmanuel Moutier's career? He hasn't panned out yet. Now, if you want to talk about bust, that's a guy that doesn't seem to have too many talents outside of his speed and athleticism. I mean, he can't shoot. He's inconsistent at finishing at the basket. And I've watched some Knick games, and I'm not a huge fan of his. Then I thought Rudy was a bad free throw shooter, but boy, was I wrong. At least for tonight. Yeah. Bro, stop defending D'Lo. He is trash and can't play defense. So because he can't play defense, he's trash, or is he trash and can't play defense? I don't know. He's not trash offensively. I know that. I know earlier in the season before he got injured, he was averaging like 22 points or something like that. So he's definitely not trash. No, I'm not saying he's going to be a star neither, but there's potential there. D'Lo is a perfect example of a slacker. Now, I agree with that. He does have attitude problems. That's part of the reason he got shipped out, and his work ethic doesn't seem to be too high. So he might just be content becoming a role player, but he has some sort of a future in the NBA. It's not like he's going to be a journeyman like 2 years, 3 years down the road. It's not like he's going to end up overseas. So D'Lo acted way too cool for school. I'm glad he's gone. Well, to each his own, man. I was a fan of D'Lo when he was here, so to each his own. D'Lo just needs to get his head right. Yep, I agree with that. Dan, what do you think about Kyle Kuzma's performance throughout the season so far? If I had to give that a grade, and I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek because I'm dropping the grade video after the season. 5 more games to go. I'm giving Kuzma an A+ grade. Not just because of where he was drafted, but because he continues to show improvement. He continues to get better. His confidence continues to rise, and he's a willing defender, and he could also play make. So Kuzma type players are the future of the NBA. Guys who can do it all. You know, they can face up, take it to the basket, play, make, rebound, a little bit of everything. So I'd give him an A+. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell. He's an A+ as well, man. I'm telling you that they got a steal, and I wish the Knicks would have got that player, but you know, good for them. Good for the Jazz. What number will Kawhi wear if he comes here? Zoe is already number 2. That's not an issue. The number is not going to be an issue. Is Lonzo a championship caliber point guard? He could become that one day. It's too early to tell now, you know, but he could become that one day for sure. I think you'd be too harsh to call him not a championship caliber point guard in his rookie season. You know, that's harsh. So give him a little bit of time and let's see what he becomes in the future. Ask me that again in 2 years and I'll be ready with an answer. Jello is the missing piece for the dynasty, Dan. Jokes. No problem, bro. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, Clay is mostly a spot-up shooter. Yep, that's what he's always been, man. He could take you off the dribble here and there and use his size to finish over people, but most of the time he likes to step back for that three-point shot. So, yeah. Dan, wait until we come back better than ever next year. We'll be all right. Oh, we're going to be more than all right. I mean, the sky's the limit for this team. Daniel Watson is close to the Ball family, and I saw him telling Skip and Zoe needs to focus on. See, that's the problem with too long comments. Sometimes I don't get to read them all the way. He said Zoe needs to focus on building up his body this summer. I'm hoping that he will help Zoe in that area. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Yep. Dan, what do you think of Ingram's ceiling is? If you could only keep one, would it be Ingram or Kuzma? Man, again, I don't like making those decisions because I like them equally. They're both really, really good, extremely good. But I will answer your question. Ingram's ceiling is, I think it could be Giannis type player. Giannis, and I don't mean the physicalness, but just the slashing ability. And eventually, if he throws on some weight, then he could be physical. But I think he could be Giannis with a jumper, and that's really scary because he is 6'9", borderline 6'10". He could take it to the roll, take it to the hole, take it off the dribble, play make, rebound, block shots. Basically, a poor man's Giannis right now. But again, if he adds muscle, he's already athletic, he's already quick, he has a good first step, good instincts, footwork. No, just keep him improving his body, and the sky's the limit for him, man. Dan, look at the roster. Lopez, PG-13, Isaiah Thomas, B.I., Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo, Joe Kim. No, you lost me at Joe Kim, bro. You lost me at Joe Kim. No, I don't want Joe Kim. Nah, he couldn't even – he wasn't even good in New York, man. So I think Joe Kim's prime days are over. But just cut KCP for good. Screw him. Send him to the Knicks for Noah. Nah, I don't want to trade for Noah's contract. I'm good, man. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the comment, but not trading for Noah. Dan, would you give Lopez another chance for next season? If we miss it on free agents and we have an extra slot for, like, the mid-level exception, sure. Am I going to give him another $18 million contract? Probably not. Probably not. Just trade for Kawhi and then sign PG-13, build around those two. Man, you know what? All the options are going to be there this summer, but thank God we can leave that to our boy Magic Johnson. We don't have to deal with that. You know, whatever comes will come, you know. And D'Angelo is a beast, best shooter of all time. Jokes. Not funny jokes, but jokes. Randall would be better than Draymond. Offensively, he's already better. Defensively, we'll see. But as an overall player, I think so. I think you're right. Then how likely is it that we get 2 superstars? I'd give it a 60% chance on the 100% scale. So I'd say there's a 60% chance. Dan, do you think championship contending teams will be looking to sign Lopez? Probably. And he'd do good to go to one of those teams, honestly. They could probably use him a little bit more. But, yeah, this team pretty much is not for him if he's looking to be a primary focal point of the offense. He's too inconsistent, man. He could hit the 20-point mark. At times he could give you a 30-point game, but when he's not playing defense and giving up more, there's nothing to gain there. Then I think we should re-sign Randall and sign Paul George, then go from there, to be honest. Yeah, I agree with that. I would do that. That's the way I would proceed. Dan, would you take Kevin Durant in free agency? Of course, in a heartbeat, man. In a heartbeat. He's in his prime, too. He's lining up to become one of the he's lining up to take LeBron's torch, so he's the closest thing to the best player in the league after LeBron. Then if I were the Suns, I would draft Jello number 1. Okay. I see you like to drop Jello jokes. Isn't Draymond Green a lockdown defender? Randall is not. Yes, I agree with that assessment. Right now, Draymond Green is still the better overall player, but Randall offensively and with his potential that he has on defense, if he starts locking down, he's going to be a far better player than Draymond. IT done? Yep, Isaiah Thomas is done for the season, man. Draymond Green is much smarter, LOL. He's just on a stacked team. That's the difference. Randall would look so much better on the Warriors than Draymond does, guaranteed. Running those fast breaks with them kind of point guards, hitting wide open people, he would be averaging a triple-double too there. Dan, read my comment, please. I already did, bro. I read your comment earlier. I answered it. You asked if we should what did you say? I forgot what player you mentioned. Joe Kim, no. Something about Joe Kim. I said no. Heck no. Dan, the Lakers are heading for glory next year with B.I., Kuz, and Lonzo. Yep, I agree with that. Are Lakers shutting it down? Our future stars for the season? Potentially, Brian. Who knows? Maybe they've seen enough. And, Magic has been known to overprotect these young guys. We saw what happened in Summer League. So, Dan, do you think Ben Simmons can carry the Sixers? Or is he getting too much hype right now without Embiid? Or you mean hope? Hope right now without Embiid because he's playing trash-tanking teams? He couldn't win last time Embiid went down. Yeah, they're going to need Joel Embiid, but depending on the matchup, I think potentially they can come out of the first round with Ben Simmons, but they seriously need Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is the best player on that team, and he has the most impact on both ends. Draymond Green got smarter. You can't teach dumbness for Randall. You're stubborn with it, I guess. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Then I wrote one more comment after that. That's why I said my comment is a different one. You're going to have to copy and paste it, man, because it's probably way up there, and it's kind of hard to look for it between all these comments right now. Or just write it to me once the video processes if you really want me to read it, and I get you back. I get back to you. Dan, I wouldn't mind trading Ennis for Kawhi, but that's just me. Jokes. You guys got them, jokes tonight, man. You guys got them drum rollers. Then I hope Kevin King didn't go missing. I think we will all miss him. LOL, just playing, bro. Oh, yeah, definitely. Kevin King is a smart Lakers fan, so, yeah, I know what you mean. And it's a shocker he didn't come today, but he's probably had something to do. Shout out to Kevin King. Lonzo can get near a triple-double every game. Superstar Ingram can score 20 points per game. That's borderline star. Kuzma is one of the best young players, borderline star. Lopez is a star center. In the East, I agree with you, Mark. In the East, Lopez is a star center. I'm not sure about the West, though. Dan, would you trade one of our young core for Embiid? Oof, I probably would. I would trade Randall for Embiid. That's about it. Kawhi Leonard forcing his way off the Spurs. Lakers need to pay attention. Yeah, he is, but we'll see, man, because that asking price is going to be really high. LeVar Ball is a good hype man. I wouldn't mind him being our mascot. No, I don't want LeVar in Staples Center yelling at our coach, being a distraction for the locker room. No, thank you. You think Lonzo can average a triple-double in the near future? Yes. I think that's what he's going to be for his career. He's going to be a Jason Kidd type triple-double, a walking triple-double, and that's real special to me. Not enough ball movement tonight. A lot of one-on-one again. Energy could have been up on D. I agree. Hey, what's up, Sabotage? How you doing, bro? Embiid is a beast. He's an animal. Yeah, but he has trouble staying healthy, so we'll see. What do you think about Mitch potentially getting a GM position? Oh, God, don't even remind me, man. I don't want to talk about Mitch. Mitch makes me sick, bro. Embiid is an all-star. He's He's almost a superstar, man. If he could just stay healthy all season long, I wouldn't mind throwing the word super on him because he impacts the game on both ends. And he can shoot consistent threes like that. It's crazy. Would you trade Ingram for Embiid? Ooh, I'd have to think about it. Probably not, but that's tough. That's a tough one. Should the Lakers keep Ennis for a third string point guard? Nope. Easy, man. Easy. Tonight, that was the easiest question I've had all night. Dan, the Thunder are 2 games out of the playoffs, and they got the Rockets next. I can already see PG in purple and gold. That's right, man. That's what I'm cheering for. I'm right there with you. Dan, which guards are on your wish list next season? Backup guards? I'd have to look at the free agent list again. I'll be dropping videos about all that, man. I'll answer your question later. Dan, I don't want Noah either. It's just the reason I said is because of the rumors of KCP getting traded to New York. Name one player that the Knicks manager wants them gone. So, yeah, I don't want him either. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, here's the thing. KCP is going to be a free agent, so he could just leave. We're not going to sign and trade him because we need the cap space. So, yeah, that wouldn't work out regardless. But I see your point. Either way, we don't want bad contracts like Joakim Noah. Would you trade Lonzo for Chris Paul? Not at this stage of his career. If it was like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe, but not at this stage. Thunder are out? Not yet. They're currently the 6th seed, but they only hold like a game and a half lead over the 9-seeded Denver Nuggets. But it's a tight race between those last 3 teams right there. You can always check out the standings on ESPN.com, bro, just to make sure, you know. Dan, Mitch was a decent GM because he brought us Powell, Dwight, and possibly Chris Paul. And I think Jim made him look bad. Problem with that is I don't believe in that. Yeah, he was decent, but he ruined all his credibility when he gave Lil Deng and Mozgov those contracts. Bottom line is if somebody's making me do that, that's career suicide. You got to know you're going to get fired sooner or later if that's the case. And if it was me, I would have just stepped down with dignity and said, you know what, I'm not going to be your puppet, Jim. So that's why he lost my respect. I don't like Mitch, regardless. Dan, I think Magic will seduce the max free agents to join the Lakers. Seduce? That's a funny word, bro. Convince him. Let's just say he's going to convince him to come. Yeah, because seduce sounds very sexual, and I'm not sure about that. But all right, guys, that's going to cut it for me, man. It's all interesting talk. But we got another game tomorrow, so I don't want to keep you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Unfortunately, we catch another L. Tomorrow we face the San Antonio Spurs, but you know, we're coming off of back-to-back, and they're coming off of back-to-back. So it's going to be a tough game. Lucky for them, they're already in LA because they played the Clippers tonight. By the way, that's another good thing. The Clippers don't seem to be making the playoffs, so that was a success. I'm happy with that. You know, I do not want to see the Clippers in the playoffs ever. So, yeah, that's good. It looks like things are starting to restore back to normal slowly. So that's good news. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. If I missed your comment for any reason, like I said, I can't read them all. Leave it after the video is done processing, and I will try to make sure and get back to you eventually. Thank you so much, and have a great night, guys. Much love, Laker Nation.